The Miami Heat don't make things easy for its players. In fact, pride is taken in making things hard. The Heat have declared themselves the hardest-working, best-conditioned, most professional, unselfish, toughest, meanest, nastiest team in the NBA. To their credit, they hold their players to a certain standard. Last year, rookie Kel'el Ware had some brilliant games and ended his season averaging 9.3 points and 7.4 rebounds. However, he often found the ire of head coach Erik Spoelstra, who didn't think he was mature enough. "There's layers to this with Kel'el," said Spoelstra during Summer League. "A big part of this is he has to really embrace and improve his professionalism, his consistency, his approach every single day. He has to get better with that." As Ware prepares for his second NBA season, he has continued to be criticized by his head coach. Erik Spoelstra calls out Kel'el Ware. In the Heat's second preseason game, they lost to the Milwaukee Bucks 103-93, falling to 0-2. Ware led the Heat with 18 points, although he failed to protect the rim, gave up costly turnovers, and was not efficient inside the three-point arc. Despite his 18 points and 13 rebounds, he finished with an abysmal plus-minus of -21. Spoelstra sounded off on Ware after the contest, not for the first time. There was a 3-minute segment where it actually impacted the game, Spoelstra said of Ware's disappointing outing. "I wanted the next game to be a +20. That's what it's about. That's part of the maturation for a young player. He does really good things, and then when you aren't able to do it consistently, it doesn't impact the game. You don't want to have deflating plays. You want to have inspiring plays." Spoelstra would soften his tone on Ware, although the sentiment rings true. Ware needs to show some consistency if he wants to play a large role on a playoff team. To his credit, he accepted what the head coach had to say. "It's all about getting to a point where I'm affecting winning basketball," Ware echoed. "Just been able to go out there, impact the game in a positive way." Miami Heat are yet to maximize Kel'el Ware. Last season, Spoelstra took a new approach, pairing his rookie center with Bam Adebayo for 541 minutes. The pair posted a 113.1 offensive rating and 108.5 defensive rating. The offensive production was in line with the Heat's average for the season, and the defense was much better than it usually was. However, in the preseason, Spoelstra is yet to pair his two centers on the floor together. In the regular season, once everyone is healthy, Miami is expected to start Adebayo, Tyler Herro, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, and Nikola Jovic. Ware, it seems, has been relegated to the bench full-time with rookie point guard Kasparas Giannis. Ware impacted winning last season on both ends of the floor, as much as a rookie can, and seemed ready to step into a larger role. However, the never-tank Heat are aiming to win as many games as possible, and there isn't room for growing pains. The Miami Heat's faint hopes of pairing Giannis Antetokounmpo with Bam Adebayo may have received a boost after the Milwaukee Bucks superstar addressed the trade rumors linking him to the New York Knicks. On Tuesday, ESPN's Shams Charania reported that the Knicks and Bucks engaged in an exclusive round of trade discussions in August after Antetokounmpo identified New York as his preferred destination outside Milwaukee. Those talks, however, never advanced beyond the exploratory stage. "First of all, I haven't read that story," Antetokounmpo said following Wednesday's practice. "When the season starts, I try to get off social media and focus on my craft and the team. But yeah, I've said this many times. I want to be in a situation where I can win, and right now I'm here. I believe in this team. I believe in my teammates. I'm here to lead this team to wherever we can go. It's definitely going to be hard, but I'm here. So all the other extra stuff does not matter." Giannis stops short of long-term commitment. While Antetokounmpo reaffirmed his focus on the Bucks, he notably stopped short of guaranteeing a long-term future in Milwaukee, leaving the door slightly ajar for other suitors if the team falters. "I think I've communicated with my teammates and the people I respect that the moment I step on this court or in this facility, the rest does not matter," he said. "I'm locked into whatever I have in front of me. Now, if in 6-7 months I change my mind, I think that's human too. You're allowed to make any decision you want. But I'm locked in to this team, to these guys, to this coaching staff, and to myself." That statement was enough to reignite speculation around the league, especially in Miami, where the Heat front office has been closely monitoring the situation. Heat prepared to make an offer. If Antetokounmpo changes his mind before the February 5th trade deadline, the Heat are reportedly ready to make an offer. According to the Miami Herald's Barry Jackson, only Bam Adebayo remains untouchable in any potential Giannis discussions. After refusing to part with promising rookie big man Kel'el Ware in their pursuit of Kevin Durant earlier this summer, the Heat may be pivoting. If Giannis Antetokounmpo had asked out, the Heat was prepared to make an offer that did not include Bam Adebayo, according to a source, Jackson reported. But it's unlikely any such offer would have been seriously considered. If Antetokounmpo requests a trade at some point, it remains to be seen if the Heat would ever change its mind about offering Adebayo. Jackson also noted that Antetokounmpo shares the same agent, Octagon managing director Alex Saratzis, as Adebayo, making it improbable the two would want to play on separate teams. It's unlikely that the Bucks star would want to join a Heat team without Adebayo, Jackson added. So it's all likely moot. Knicks talks fade, market reopens. For much of the summer, the Knicks appear to be Antetokounmpo's lone preferred destination outside Milwaukee. Charania reported that his agent conducted serious due diligence on potential fits across the league, but New York emerged as the only team Antetokounmpo expressed interest in joining. The Bucks insisted to the Knicks that they prefer not to move Antetokounmpo, Charania wrote. Milwaukee believes New York did not make a strong enough offer to continue even discussing a trade. But that dynamic has changed. Charania revealed on ESPN's NBA Today that the Knicks' exclusive negotiating window has officially closed. That window is obviously shut, Charania said. We're not in August anymore, we're now in October. If things reopen during the season with this whole Giannis Antetokounmpo element, that window is no longer exclusive to the Knicks. Other NBA teams will enter the picture. I expect it to go beyond just New York. Miami faces uphill climb. The end of the Knicks' exclusivity gives the Heat new hope, but also new competition. The Golden State Warriors, Houston Rockets, and San Antonio Spurs are all believed to have stronger trade assets, including a mix of draft capital and young talent that Miami currently lacks. Still, with the organization's long history of star pursuits and the mutual respect between Antetokounmpo and Adebayo, Miami will almost certainly keep monitoring the situation. For now, Antetokounmpo insists his focus is on the Bucks. But if Milwaukee's season veers off course, the Heat, armed with Bam, Ware, and a Milwaukee native Tyler Herro, could be ready to make their move. A new report has offered up details on which Miami Heat players are off-limits in a potential Giannis Antetokounmpo trade. The Milwaukee Bucks superstar was back in the headlines this week, but not regarding the start of training camp. Instead, it was over trade discussions about him in the summer. Yesterday, ESPN Shams Charania reported that after discussions between Antetokounmpo and management, the New York Knicks became a potential trade partner for the top 5 player in the league. However, talks did not go far, with both sides claiming the other wasn't serious about making a trade for the two-time MVP a reality. Following the report, Miami Herald NBA reporter Barry Jackson offered up fresh intel on the one off-limits player if the Heat had been the preferred trade partner for the future Hall of Famer. If Antetokounmpo had asked out, the Heat was prepared to make an offer that did not include Bam Adebayo, according to a source, Jackson wrote. But it's unlikely any such offer would have been seriously considered. What will the Miami Heat offer in a Giannis Antetokounmpo trade? The Heat have been linked to a blockbuster trade for any superstar that has seen their name pop up in rumors over the last 3 years. So it is no surprise they would be interested in a potential trade for the 9-time All-Star. It's also no surprise that Adebayo would not be in a trade. He is one of the best centers in the game right now. The pair share an agent, and Antetokounmpo would want to play with him if he okayed a trade. So, what would the Heat part with in a deal? Because the Bucks superstar makes $54 million next season, Miami would have to move a lot of contracts and include a boatload of draft picks. Here is what the trade would probably look. Miami Heat trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Heat get Giannis Antetokounmpo. Bucks get Tyler Herro, Andrew Wiggins, Kel'el Ware, first-round picks in 2026, 2028, 2029, and 2031, along with second-rounders in 2027, 2030, and 2031. To get Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Heat would need to give up Tyler Herro, Andrew Wiggins, and Kel'el Ware. To make the money work, the Bucks would also need to cut Giannis Antetokounmpo and Taurean Prince. Along with those three players, Milwaukee would receive Miami's first-round picks in 2026, 2028, 2029, and 2031, along with second-rounders in 2027, 2030, and 2031. This deal would match money-wise and give the Bucks two impact players now, including an all-star, as well as high-upside big and Ware and a bunch of future draft picks.